But anyway, I wanted to pass the mic real quick before we do some announcements. And I haven't been looking at the chat, so if you're asking questions, I really haven't even seen them yet. So I'll look at those as John shares. John, are you there, man?
Yep, I am here, man.
That was a round robin, man.
So here's what I want to talk about just briefly, because I know we've got a bunch of new people, and I've been kind of watching the chat as Michael's been going through this stuff. Just really quick to reiterate, and Michael usually addresses this at the beginning, but I'm not sure if he said it today, is that the first few minutes of every Saturday mastermind, we talk to new people, brand new team members. And we do that because you guys should all be inviting your brand new team members on here with us so that they can rehear. Sometimes it's going to be the first time they've heard it, but the idea is repetition. They need to hear what to go through in the beginning to get things set up and rolling in their business. That's why we cover that. We're not doing it, we understand some of you guys on here that are brand new, you may have already gone through the steps. And so it's okay for you to hear it again because you need to hear it repetitively so that you can in turn turn right around and regurgitate that to your brand new people, because that's the most important thing when a brand new member is getting started, is to make sure that they get through those initial steps, get their business set up, and get things rolling. So that's why we always talk about that for the first few minutes. Now, what I think we should spend a few minutes on here, Michael, is talking to some of these new people. It looks like we have quite a few that are on here for the very first time. And the question that keeps coming up is a very, very common question for brand new people that have just gotten started. Some of you are just at the Kalatu Basic or Kalatu Premium level. You've not even upgraded to the Elite Club membership. And you're thinking, okay, and some of you are even asking, what can I do right now to get a paycheck? Right? That's almost always, like 99% of the time, the main focus of a brand new person when they get started is, what can I do to start getting money? I want to make money. I want to take actions to make money in this business. So let me address that real quick. Okay, the number one thing is that you have to recognize that in order to make money in this business or in any business, you have to increase your knowledge so that you actually know what you're doing, right? You can't just instantly push a button and the money starts raining in, and I think sometimes people have that impression when it comes to internet business. They think, oh, it's this system. I just need to join and maybe push a couple of buttons and set it up, and then I can go sit on the couch, watch my shows, and go check my commissions, right? It doesn't work that way. No business works that way, right? So let's get that off the table right away. The important thing for you to recognize is that what we have here is an internet marketing university. Okay, and just like if you were to go to a regular university or college, you're going to have to get some level of education before you actually know what you're doing to go out there and start marketing. Now, the cool thing about here is that you need to know very little in the beginning to get started, to get out there, start getting your links out there, start getting some interaction with people. And in fact, we have a lot of people, the ones that don't get buried and focused on asking a ton of questions and feel like they have to understand everything first, they go out there right away and often start making sales, sometimes in their very first day of joining. I've had team members who got to our boss level in 24 hours from the day they joined, right? That's possible. That's what's possible. What's also possible is that you go 24 hours, 2 weeks, 30 days, 60 days, and you don't get a sign up. And usually when we have somebody like that who says, well, I've been in for 60 days and I haven't made any money, it's because they didn't actually take any action. All they did was sit on their computer and watch some videos, and they didn't do anything that they've been shown to do. So this is super, super important. If you're a brand new person and you're at that juncture, you have to recognize that it's all about the actions that you take and the commitment that you have to your own success. Okay, so again, reiterating, it's a university that we have here. So commit to your success. Commit to learning things every single day that are going to further you in your business, but also you need to spend about 80% of your time every day that you're working on your business actually doing marketing. Okay, and the cool thing is, marketing is what we teach. That's what we teach here. So understand that, marketing. This is a super simple business. So some of you guys that are brand new, and I've even a couple of my members are on here, and they're already telling me they're at that stage of the business where they're telling me, gosh, I'm so confused. There's so much information here. I don't know what to do, right? That is a totally normal feeling. Every person on here, every face that you see here has gone through that at that new stage in their business where they've been drinking from the fire hose, as we like to call it, right? It's just gushing in, and it's flying everywhere. It's coming out your nose. You don't know what to do with all this information. So let me rein it back for you again and simplify this business. What do we do here? What do we do in this business? We drive traffic, we capture leads, and we convert sales. That's it. That is all we do in this business. Drive traffic, capture leads, convert sales. And the system does like 80% of that for you. So what do you have to do? You need to learn how to market, which is driving traffic. And then you need to learn how to convert those sales, which is sending emails to your list, communicating with your prospects, building influence, whether you're using social media accounts or maybe you're blogging or doing video marketing. All of those things work. All the strategies that you're going to learn in all the trainings and all the products that we offer are going to teach you how to support those three activities of driving traffic, capturing leads, and converting sales. That's it. So when you start going through and learning all these strategies and getting all confused, bring it back in your mind to, again, those three things and think, okay, how many actions did I take today that were in support of driving traffic, capturing leads, converting sales, right? That's what it comes down to. This is actually the most simple business model that exists today out of everything, right? Now, I've done tons of different businesses. I've owned brick and mortar companies. I've had employees. I've done 5 different network marketing companies. Trust me, guys, this is simple, okay? And now, simple does not mean easy, because easy is a relative term. It will become easy for those of you that commit to it, that upgrade into the products, go through the training, build the skills necessary to get really good at these things, right? And here's the really, really super good news for all those people that are brand new, and you're hearing all these different strategies, blogging, videos, email, Pinterest, all these things, right? All these different things, Facebook, Google Plus, right? All these different ways of driving traffic, generating leads, all these things that we do. Here's the cool thing. You only need to get good at how many, Michael? How many do you need to get good at? 1. That's right.
Uno.
1 of those things, right? Maybe 2. You might want to venture into maybe doing a second thing, and as you get better or you master one of those things, then you start to venture out and say, well, I think I'm going to learn another thing. Right? You get really good at Facebook, and then you go, I think I'm going to learn Twitter. I'm going to start spending a little bit of my time each day and really dig into Twitter. And we have lots of Twitter training. We have training on everything in our products, right? That's what we have. We sell products that teach you skills, right? They teach you how to do the business. So why is it important that you buy all the products? Just like going to college, right? If you decided today that you wanted to be a doctor, and you thought, yeah, I'm going to skip all the education. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do an appendectomy on my mother-in-law and see how it goes. I'm guessing that you'll fail miserably at that, right? You'd probably kill your mother-in-law, right? Some of you, that might be a good thing, right? Who knows? All right, but here's the thing. Does a doctor do like different movements with their hands and fingers than you're capable of doing? No. You can physically do an appendectomy, but you don't know how, which is why you go through the education so then you can learn how. Now, a doctor is going to go through 6 to 8 years of education. They're going to spend 100, 200, even 300 grand in student loans so that they can earn $100,000 doing those appendectomies, right? The cool thing is you don't have to spend that much. If you get all in our business, it's like $5,000. You can upgrade to the 6-figure builder club for, if you do it during setup, you can save $500 and do it for $1,000 and have the ability to make a 6-figure income inside of 6 months, a year. What if it even takes you 2 years to do that? Right? So again, want to bring this all back down into perspective and show you guys what you have on the table. Now, if you have a business sitting in front of you where you have the ability to make a 6-figure income inside of the next 12 months, I mean, you could do it a lot faster than that, right? We have people do it in 60 days. But let's just be really optimistic, or not optimistic, but conservative about this and say it takes you 12 months to get to 6 figures. Is it maybe worth it to deal with a little bit of frustration, drink from the fire hose for a couple of weeks until things start to settle in for you, until you really start to dial in that one strategy that you want to focus on so that you get to that 6-figure income in 12 months? Is there any job that you have in your foreseeable future that you're going to make a 6-figure income in the next 12 months, right? So when you're new and you're facing all that frustration and you're like, man, I posted on Facebook and a couple of people said that it was a scam and man, this doesn't work. I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I didn't get a commission. Dang it, I'm out, right? You can't let that stuff happen to you. You just can't, because that's the road that you've been on before you came here. I'm betting that every one of you guys that are on here have done 2, 3, 4, 5 different things that you bought into and it didn't work, right? It didn't work. We hear that phrase all the time. It didn't work. It's not the it, it's you that didn't work, right? You didn't commit. You didn't understand that the education comes before the results. You didn't understand that the commitment comes before the results. That's just the way it is. So when you come here, what you guys are going to get is a load of real talk, okay? Because we don't do it any other way. We're going to give you exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, because what you want to hear is, oh, all you have to do is click some buttons and then go and chill out and the commissions are going to rain in from the sky. It's the coolest thing ever, right? No, we're going to give you the real talk. The real talk is you need to get to work and you need to commit. You got to commit, right? You got to commit. You need to buy the products. We're not telling you to buy the products because we want the commission. Yes, we're going to get a commission. And guess what? When you sell products, you're going to get a commission. But the reason that you buy the products is there's actually like 3 reasons. The number 1 reason is you need the education in that product so you know what the heck you're doing and can get the results you want. Number 2 reason, you want to own the product so you get in the Uniline. And you can let us recruit people and put them in in your team, in your Uniline, so you can benefit from that as you move through the ranks. Number 3 reason, and this is a huge one. Number 3 reason is it puts skin in the game so that you're less likely to quit when you get a little bit of frustration, right? Mm-hmm. Huge, huge deal. Because if you've fully committed and you've spent $1,000 or you're all in and you've put $5,000 into your business, how much more likely are you to show up to the next mastermind that we do or show up to the company live stream instead of sit on the couch and watch your favorite show, all right? You might decide, hey, I'm invested in this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to TiVo The Walking Dead, and I'm going to actually get on this live stream, right? That's the mindset you got to have for success, guys, and that's why we tell you this. We want you to succeed. We want all of you guys to be the next 6-figure earners. And every single one of you can do that, but some of you are just going to not show up at the next mastermind. It's just the way it goes. Some of you are brand new. You're going to go try a few things and you're going to go, yeah, I don't really want to spend $100 until I see that I can get results, right? You have that mindset still where you're like, I'm not going to upgrade until I know it works. I don't know how much more proof you need that it works other than all the people that you're looking at right now on the screen who are getting results, other than the leaderboards and Empower Network of people making 5 figures a month, right? Even 6 figures a month in some cases. I mean, you guys have never seen incomes generated like this, especially what you're going to see happen in the next 60 days. And if you fall out, you lose your spot in the Uniline. Here's a cool thing. I have a new member that joined. Actually, he's on here, Larry Mabry. Welcome, Larry. Awesome to have you on here. Larry joined like 2.5 days ago, but he had been in the business less than 24 hours, and I had him send me a screenshot of his Uniline, and he already had 39 people in his Kalatu Basic Uniline.
Heck yeah, I put 24 of them in. I put 24 of them in there the day before yesterday. That's why.
There you go. So understand, guys, all the efforts that we do, Michael, myself, I just the 3 of us together are bringing in 50 people a day.
Minimum.
And they're underneath you guys. Understand that, right? And then that's not it, because the whole team and lots of other people in the company are pounding people into your unilines. All you have to do is be consistent and get up to that gold level, and you unlock a bunch of money that you didn't do, right? You didn't bring those people in. You didn't pay to bring those leads in. That was efforts that other people did. It is the most incredible, awesome business model that exists today. And some of you guys are already thinking about quitting like 10 minutes after you joined because you got confused on a video, didn't know what it was talking about, right? So again, putting it back in perspective, if you don't understand something, go watch the video again. That's the cool thing about videos. You don't need to contact your sponsor and say, well, I watched this Uline thing and I don't really understand it. No, watch the video again, right? Just take some responsibility in your business, own it, watch it again. If you don't know where to find something, then you can ask. That's why we have a Facebook group. That's why you need to be active in our community. And if you get all in, that's where you really get connected, because you get to be part of our Skype group, which is like a 24-hour chat hotline on Skype with our all-in members, and everybody helps everybody. I mean, you guys that aren't all in yet, you don't have any idea the level of support that's available. Why do we do that for all-in people only? Because those are the people that are the most committed. Now, I want to share a quick result with you guys, or a quick statistic. And I hope I'm not taking too much time, Michael, but I think some of this stuff just really needed to be said.
Dude, I love it. Keep going.
Okay, cool. So here's the thing. So here's the thing. Michael and Alex and I were talking the other day, and we shared this on the Six Figure Builder Club training last week, but some of you guys are not at that club level yet, right? You haven't stretched and made that happen for yourself. But the cool thing is, you know, we have these levels in our business. The first one that you want to hit when you're brand new is boss, which means that you've made 5 sales. You've brought 5 new members into Empower Network. It doesn't matter. They can be a trial. It can be a full member. Any of those, just 5 new members, which is very easy to do. In fact, I did that this morning before 9 o'clock, right? I brought 5 new members in before 9 o'clock this morning. I'm sure Michael's already broken 5 for the day. Alex probably as well. You know, so that's how easy it is once you know what you're doing. We have other members in here who hit boss within 1 or 2 days, first 1 or 2 days of the month, right? But to hit boss, you just need to do it in 30 days. So the cool thing is, and I almost forgot where I was going with this. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Of all the bosses, and I think, Alex, you can pull your report and give us an updated number on that, but the last I heard, we had 65 bosses in our team. That's just in team consistency. So this month,
yeah.
What's the number?
It was 66, but I need to pull another report. So
okay, you pull another report and you can give us that in a sec. 66 bosses. I have, I think, 15 or 16 in my team. Michael, how many do you have in your team?
26.
26. Okay, that's bosses and boss makers, you know, including both. Now, out of those 26, Michael, how many of those are all-in members?
I'm counting right now.
Okay, so just to clarify, for
I only see one person that's not all in.
Okay, there you go. All right, so all in means you own all the products, right? You're fully committed to your business. So all but one of Michael's 26 bosses are all in. For me, out of, I think it was either 15 or 16, but I have one also who's not all in. Okay, so again, all but one are all in. What does this tell you? What can you derive from that statistic? What it means is, it doesn't mean that only people that are all in are capable of doing that. It just means the people that are all in are the ones committed, who are actually consistently taking action in their business because they've got skin in the game and they have access to the information they need, right? Just like I talked about. So here's the thing. If you're brand new, you're sitting there, you're on here for the first time, and you're thinking, you know, gosh, that's all this money. They just, you know, I got to upgrade to all these things and spend all this money. I don't have the money to do it. Okay, so there's 2 things here. First off, pretty much none of us had the money to upgrade when we upgraded. Okay, so does that make sense? Here's the thing. For me, I was buried in debt. I had to borrow it from multiple family members to get all into my business. Michael was, I think, going through a short sale or foreclosure also, and had to do the same thing. You know, you scrape it, you make it happen. How many of you guys, if somebody said, if you can come up with $5,000 by the end of the day, I'll give you $100,000. How many of you would come up with $5,000? Right? Everybody, raise your hand if you'd figure out a way to come up with $5,000 by the end of the day, if somebody was going to give you $100,000 cash. Right? So you can all do it if you want it bad enough. The problem is that some of you guys are still in that mindset that we just talked about, where you're thinking, I got to see that it works before I'll commit to it. And again, you've got to flip that. There is not a successful entrepreneur in the world who made it to success thinking that way. You have to exit that way of thinking and start thinking differently if you want to achieve success. It's the only way to do it. You have to start thinking differently. You have to look at your business and go, okay, what's everything that I need? I understand that that's going to be a push for me. I'm going to figure out how to come up with the money as quickly as I can so that I can get all in my business, get to that next upgrade. Whatever the next upgrade is, I want you to focus on the next upgrade and do whatever you got to do in the next day, 2 days, week, whatever it takes to get to that next upgrade, because that is going to start propelling you forward in your business. It's going to change your mindset, and it's going to start getting you access to the education you need so that you can start getting the results you want. You need to take all that stuff that you've done in the past, all those things that you failed at in the past, and leave it in the past, because your past does not equal your future. You need to start looking forward only and focus on winning here. Win with us, right? Because that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to help you change that mindset. 95% of everything you do in success comes from here. It doesn't come from a system. It doesn't come from a secret strategy. It doesn't come from a traffic source. It comes from the way that you look at the world and how you react to those things that you see.
Yeah.
And so that's what I got today, guys. I just wanted to speak my mind. I appreciate you listening. Hopefully some of you guys that sunk in, and you'll take different actions leaving here today.
Yeah, I love it, John. That was awesome. Hey, guys, I see some of you raising hands and stuff. We're going to do some Q&A here in a minute, so I'm going to lower hands for now just because it keeps popping up a thing on my screen and it drives me like batty. So we'll do some Q&A in just a minute. But, John, thank you, man. That was powerful. And there were a couple things that I really took from what you said, and it was people need to see the result before they need to see, what was it? Result before they make the commitment, and it's really the other way. You got to make the commitment before you get the result. And dude, that's to me is the most powerful thing that you said in that whole thing, is because you've got to shift that mindset. And here's what's beautiful about what we have, guys, here, and I want you to understand this. We're a personal development and internet marketing education platform, pretty much, systems, tools, and all that fun stuff too. But at the end of the day, we will work you here. We can help you shift here. This is like one of the most powerful things that happened to me since I joined Empower Network, was the fact that I had the shift here. No other company or business or job ever allowed me to have the shift here that Empower did. And it's by tuning into these masterminds. It's by getting into those inner circle audios that you get with the elite package, and tuning into the webcast, listening to Dave and the Empower Hour call. That's the stuff that makes you shift. When you shift, everything else does become easy. And I hate to say easy because, like you said, it's subjective, but things become easy when you decide that they're easy. Boom. That's it. But it will never become easy if you don't start shifting your thinking. Okay. And we've got everything else here. We got all of our training shows you how to generate leads, how to set up capture pages, how to do all the nuts and bolts stuff. But the nuts and bolts stuff none of it matters if you don't shift your thinking. But here's the thing. It's like he touched on my story. I literally came into this business with nothing. Pockets were empty. House was gone. You know what I mean? Like foreclosed on, bankrupt, and everything else. But I had to make sure that there's resources if you want to be resourceful. There's ways. Money's there if you want to go find it. Okay. There's no shortage of money, just a shortage of ideas. And when I made that decision that I was just going to go make it happen, I found the right places to find it, and I made big stuff happen. Now here's my question that I posted in a blog post today that was a rehash, but still, what if I didn't do it? I love asking this question. This is the question I have to ask myself every morning. Like, what if I didn't make that decision? What if John didn't make that decision? What if Alex didn't make that decision? there's so many lives that have been transformed, not just within this business, but like, I mean, we do mission work now. We couldn't even leave the state, more or less the country, before we started this business. And now look at what we've been able to do. But it's because we made a decision to shift. We made a decision to change everything about the way we thought about business and how we were going to build this thing. So I'm just putting that out there for you. John got me pumped up, man, talking about that. I was actually looking at that stuff this morning too, about, just trying to get people to shift. That's our biggest thing. That's our biggest objective. All right. And everything else will fall into place if you let it.